Have you ever walked past an old stone wall, a crumbling ruin, or even a single, solitary standing stone and wondered what stories it could tell? For most of us, they're just part of the landscape, silent and still. But what if I told you that beneath these stones lie secrets that could rewrite history? Secrets of lost civilizations, forgotten rituals, and ingenious technologies that challenge everything we thought we knew about our ancestors. Today, we're embarking on a journey to peel back the layers of Earth and time, to uncover the incredible secrets hidden right beneath our feet. Get ready, because what we're about to find will change the way you see the world forever. Let's start with one of the most famous stone structures on Earth, Stonehenge. We all know the iconic image, massive stones ranged in a mysterious circle. For centuries, the official story was that it was a simple calendar, a place for ancient druids to mark the solstices. But recent discoveries are telling a far more complex and fascinating story. Using ground-penetrating radar, archaeologists have found something incredible buried beneath the familiar circle. It's a massive complex of over 90 standing stones, some up to 15 feet tall, arranged in a huge C-shaped arc, now being called Superhenge. This wasn't just a calendar, it was a sprawling ceremonial landscape, a religious capital that dwarfed the original Stonehenge. And the most mind-boggling part? These stones were toppled and buried thousands of years ago, intentionally hidden. Why would our ancestors build such a colossal monument only to deliberately erase it from history? What were they trying to protect? Or perhaps, what were they trying to hide from? The mysteries don't stop in England. Let's travel to the other side of the world, to the remote highlands of Turkey, to a site called Göbekli Tepe. Picture this. It's 12,000 years ago. Humanity is supposedly made up of small bands of hunter-gatherers. We haven't invented pottery. We haven't domesticated animals, and we certainly haven't built cities. Yet, at Göbekli Tepe, we find massive, T-shaped stone pillars weighing up to 20 tons each, intricately carved with images of animals and symbols. These pillars are ranged in dozens of circular enclosures buried deep beneath a man-made hill. This site is 6,000 years older than Stonehenge. The sheer scale and complexity of Göbekli Tepe shatter our old timelines. It suggests that organized religion and large-scale communal projects might have come before settled agriculture, not the other way around. It seems our ancestors gathered not to farm, but to build, to worship, and to create something truly monumental. The big question remains, who were these people? How did they manage to quarry, transport, and erect these massive stones with what we assume were primitive tools? And just like at Superhenge, after 1,000 years of use, the entire site was deliberately and carefully buried. It's as if they were sealing a time capsule for us to find. Now, let's venture into the jungles of Central America, where ancient Mayan cities like Tikal and Caracol hold their own stony secrets. We see the towering pyramids and think we understand their purpose: tombs for kings, temples for gods. But new technology, called LiDAR, is allowing us to see through the dense jungle canopy. And what it's revealing is astonishing. Beneath the jungle floor, surrounding these famous pyramids, is a sprawling network of causeways, reservoirs, defensive walls, and agricultural terraces connecting what we thought were isolated cities into massive megalopolises. The population estimates have skyrocketed, suggesting a civilization far more vast and sophisticated than previously imagined. They didn't just build temples, they engineered their entire environment on an epic scale. But perhaps the most intriguing secret lies beneath the pyramids themselves. Researchers have discovered that many of these structures were built on top of natural caves and sinkholes, known as cenotes. To the Maya, these were sacred portals to the underworld. They weren't just building towards the heavens, they were anchoring their world to the sacred, watery depths below. It was a cosmic map, carved in stone, connecting the sky, the earth, and the underworld. From ancient superstructures to sacred underworld portals, the secrets beneath the stones are rewriting our past. But sometimes, the most profound secrets are hidden in the smallest details. Let's head to the coast of Brittany in France, to the Karnak alignments. Here, over 3,000 prehistoric standing stones, or menhirs, are arranged in perfect lines stretching for several miles. For years, people believed they were astronomical observatories or religious processional routes. But a recent theory suggests something entirely different and, frankly, more practical. By mapping the stones and the ancient sea levels, researchers have proposed that the Karnak alignments were actually a massive prehistoric earthquake detection system. The theory goes that the precise placement of these massive stones could have allowed ancient people to observe subtle seismic shifts and predict tsunamis, a vital skill for a coastal community. Could our ancestors have possessed a knowledge of geology and physics that we are only just beginning to appreciate? It's a radical idea, but it forces us to reconsider the purpose of these enigmatic stone rows. They weren't just for looking at the stars, they were for listening to the earth itself. So what connects all these incredible sites? From Stonehenge to Göbekli Tepe, from Mayan pyramids to the fields of Karnak, we see a recurring theme. Our ancestors possessed a profound understanding of engineering, astronomy, and the earth itself. They were not the simple, primitive people we often imagine. They were innovators, builders, and dreamers on a grand scale. And there's another, more mysterious connection: the act of deliberate burial. Why did so many of these ancient cultures invest unimaginable effort into building these wonders, only to later hide them from view? Was it to protect sacred knowledge, to mark the end of an era? Or was it an act of preservation, a message left for a future generation for us to find? Perhaps they knew that the stones themselves weren't the real treasure. The real treasure was the story, the knowledge, the secret. That could only be unlocked by those with the curiosity to look beneath the surface. The next time you see an ancient stone, remember that you're not just looking at a rock. You're looking at the cover of a book written 12,000 years ago. A book filled with secrets of who we are, where we came from, and the incredible, forgotten potential of the human spirit. The stones are silent, but if we learn how to listen, they have so much to tell us.